Yay, we're live. Hello, and welcome to this transit talk on August 16th. My poor brain and dates. And we are looking at the current channel that is, or the current gates that are active in the sun and the earth are, the sun is in 4, earth is in 49. And so we're going to start there. And if I'd been organized, I'd have looked up those page numbers already. However, I was not. So I laugh because I'm definitely in youthful folly. So gate 4 is youthful folly and formalization. Page 48. Let's start with that one. So this is the energy that's been in play for the last 3 or 4 days and is in play for the next 2 or 3. I probably could have brushed my hair. You get that. Let's just re-headband. All good. All right, gate 4. The gate of formalization. People who will always need questions to resolve. People with this gate like to come up with answers to the questions raised by the 63. At this stage in the circuitry, the answers are still only concepts and have yet to be tested out and verified. Because of this, many of the answers that such people come out with are sheer folly and not necessarily solutions or facts, but simply a release of the mental pressure they feel. These are people who often experience anxiety when their minds do not understand something. Once they do understand something, it is replaced with another question, and so the process goes on. As with the 63, the questions and potential answers are part of this channel are not meant for the individual, but are to be shared with others. I think one of the biggest keys of information that has come through to me recently is that our mind cannot solve our own problems. It is here to solve the problems of others. I think it's Einstein that said something along the lines, watch me butcher this quote, you cannot solve the problems with the thinking that created the problems. You cannot solve the problems with the mind that created the problems. And so we must engage with others when we've got channels that are connecting inspiration and ideas and interpretations. This is a game to be played with others. And so when you're looking at the body graph, those top 2 triangles, very little of what we're doing there is for the individual. The mind is for the collective, particularly when we're looking at, so the 463 channel is a collective channel of logic, the understanding circuit. No wonder I've been more logical with my models this week. That starts to make more sense. People with the 4 but no 63 are people with a potential answer for every problem except their own. Ouch. Now, 63 for me, I'm pretty sure is an active gate. It is not an active gate. I take that back. So in my, what is that called? The crown, I have 64 and 61. I do not have 63. So that's fine. So gate 4 pairs with 63. If you have gate 63, this will create a channel for you, creating a consistent energy or temporarily consistent energy between inspiration and ideas or interpretations. Gate 4, it's the ideas that are meant to be shared with others. No wonder I've got this desire to share with others this week. If I think of what's driving me at the moment, there's things that I'm pulling out to solve my problems and my focus, and I'm so drawn to share with others. Makes sense. Let's see, when does this gate move out of consistency? So that 4 in the sun is going to be quite dominant energy. So let's wait till Tuesday or Wednesday to make a decision on the inspiration that I'm feeling and the drive to do stuff. So then we've got gate 49 in the earth. So gate 4 is going to be amplified. It's going to be expression. It's going to be driving us to express. It is the potential answers for every problem except their own. It is that desire to share the answers with others. If you are consumed in your own internal anxiety at the moment, my suggestion, if you're looking for a suggestion, is to go and see what questions other people are asking that you can answer. Resolve your anxiety by sharing your questions, get into conversations, and allow yourself to express the questions that you are seeking answers to, and allow others to express the questions they are seeking answers to, and have that exchange of information, because this is a collective gate. It's not something that we're going to resolve on our own. It's something that we're going to resolve through sharing with others. So that internal anxiety in our mind, if you've got that anxiety where you want to understand something and you're being driven, don't look to yourself for those answers. Look to someone else. And if someone's coming to you looking for answers, be that support person for them. Engage in that. So that's what's, the questions that need to resolve will lead to an anxiety or curiosity, depending on how you want to flavor that experience. And we probably can't resolve them for ourselves. We need to resolve them in conversation and connection with others. And that can be through reading books, watching videos, all of those kinds of things. But obviously, conversation where you are engaging and going backwards and forwards is going to be best. So that's with us until another 2 or 3 days. So it's been a couple of days, and now it's moving forward. So that's the line, the gate for youthful folly, seeking answers. And the answers that we have for ourselves are not necessarily going to be good. They're possibly going to be bad answers. So seek that community connection for that. Then in the earth, we have gate 49. I look to gate 49 in the book just for something for me to respond to. 1949. And I'm just going to look where that is on the, so 1949 is, oh no, goodness gracious. Okay. So 1949, for anyone not seeing what I'm seeing, I have gate 19. 1949 connects my root to the emotional center. And at the moment, we still have the 3955 active. No, we don't. It's gone. But it was there till the end of August. What are we doing? Why have we got why have we got Einstein? Why does he get different collective gates? What are we doing? Stay with me for a moment. Catching my bearings. I have a lot active this week. The 3041, which is that collective. Still that root. It's not the 3955. 3955 is poke the bear. I know what to do with the 3955. That is an individual circuit. What we've got currently is the 3041. I don't know why that's not showing up on the other chart. That's a question for another time. Now I've got a question that I need an answer to. I will need to resolve that by asking somebody else. Let me practice what I preach. All right, so the 3041 is still active in the collective. I'm just trying to work out why. Let me not practice what I preach and keep going backwards and forwards for a second. 3041, yeah, it's definitely there. I don't know why it's not showing up on his chart. Anyway, and I don't know why Einstein comes up as the default and not me, because I would prefer me. All right, so we've got, so 1949 is connected this week, and then that's what we're looking at is the 49. Focus, Amy. You can do this. You got this. All right, so 1949 is a tribal circuit. So we've now got the collective emotional energy in that 4130 coming through from Pluto and the North Node. And if you have gate 19, the 1949 is the emotional pressure on a tribal level coming through. I have felt far more grounded this week, and I think that's because when I get caught in the emotional pressure for my tribe, I know how to respond to that. I don't know where my face went. I know how to navigate emotional pressure within my tribe. that's something I've worked on. It's not something I was born intuitively knowing. 19 is also a familiar gate for me, so I've only got half of the channel coming through. That's creating that adventure into the unknown. So 19 is the wanting, and 49 is the revolution and rejection. So let's look that up. It's on page 80 in the Richard Rudd book. So gate 49, which is being activated by the earth for everybody. People whose principles may cause them to reject or be rejected. Fuck. Okay. This is the gate where the principles of any relationship are established. Apologies. Where's the mute button? I'll just cough again for a second. The 49 has a need to be obeyed. If the principles of the 49 are not accepted, they will reject the other person. Hence, this is the gate of divorce and revolution. These can be very sensitive or very insensitive people. The question is always, so it can be a sensitive or insensitive energy. The question is always, who will stand by my side and support my principles? Because their principles are governed by the ups and downs of the emotional wave. Now, if I think about myself in the last week, I've definitely been feeling the rejection and that I don't fit in. These principles don't match. And I've been doing both sides of this coin, where I've felt rejected and where I've been rejecting and pushing back. They need the material resources of the 19 because otherwise they cannot necessarily maintain their principles. This gate carries a potential sensitivity or insensitivity to animals. It is the gate of the breeder or the butcher. So that's what's coming through collectively. Now, for everyone at the moment, that emotional solar plexus is defined because we've got that 3041 channel coming through. So it will be a consistent energy. Potentially you've been feeling more rejected, or you've been rejecting more. If I expand mostly to my tribe, and by my tribe I mean my immediate family and my closest friends, like the people in my top 5. So family plus top 5, because my family hits 5 and beyond in and of itself. That amplification of rejection has been there. So there's definitely been more coming through from me in rejecting some of the principles that my husband is currently living by. There's a rejection of some of the principles that some of my teenagers are living by, but it's also been reciprocated. There is a rejection of some of the things that I would like them to take as principles, and we're hitting that space where they're finding their own principles, their own values. And so, yeah, this is an energy where our principles will come to the surface, or our values, depending on what your word you want to eat, what matters to us, and the rules that we create. And it will either cause us to feel rejected or be rejecting. And I've definitely been noticing that playing out in the last week. The energy needs the material resources of the 19. Now, this I'm not going to necessarily resonate with because I've got that 19 gate is one of my consistencies. So the 19 is in the root, which is where the material resources come from, the grounding comes from, supportive foundation comes from. And that could be our internal resilience, or it could be our external resources. Both of those play out from that root chakra. So money, energy, boundaries, those kinds of things is what comes to mind. So without those material resources and that internal resilience, then maintaining the principles can become quite difficult. I'm curious to pull up my husband's chart at this point, and I'm not going to share much about him, but my curiosity means that I just need to look at his chart and see what we've got coming through. So just on a surface level, He already has 2 hanging gates from the solar plexus, the emotional solar plexus, the triangle with the gate 6, 49, 37, 22, because I can't do left and right in my head right now. So he has gate 30 and 55 hanging for him down towards the root, and then gate 49 is not normally active. And so if I think about some of our interactions this week, he's definitely been feeling more rejected in some of our interactions, and I've caught it, which I'm proud of in myself. Like I've noticed that was possibly a little bit too direct, too harsh, which is that rejecting side coming to life. And so that rejecting principle coupled with the rejected principle is definitely what's playing out universally in the earth right now. I'm just going to have a look and see if any of the other transits capture my eye. So gate 20 is still active. It's moved to line 6. I don't know when it moved to line 6, but it's still active. What are those numbers? I don't know what those numbers are. Oh, and look, gate 33 has been active as well. No wonder I've been feeling the intensity of that. If you watch my previous video, I talked into the gate 33. So we've got right in this moment, is that this moment? That's not this moment. Where is this moment? Let's go to day. Day. No, what are we looking for? That button, Amy. Good job. I am a professional. I know what I'm doing. Day view, Grantham, Amy. All right, so right in this moment, well, there's a whole pile of words there. We'll come back to that. Right in this moment, the now is in play, gate 20, the wisdom. And so that's been active for me. That completes my 1034 and brings two integration circuits into play, 2010 and 2034. That's active for a while. I imagine it's in one of those outer moving planets, Uranus. Contemplation located in the throat center, so more contemplations expressed. It's not a consistent energy that will come through. Then we've got the gate 33 is in Mercury, coming through with privacy, surrender, retreat. Gate 18 is active in, tell me the planet name. That would be Venus is the human one. Mercury, so Venus, and then gate 15 in Mars, bringing extremes and sensitivity, which also couples with that rejection being amplified for those that are paying attention. And then gate 6 is currently active, was active, will be active, I don't know. Gate 6 is conflict or friction. I can never remember which one. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. If I look at my own chart, it's fairly well lit up. So almost all of the transitions that are currently in play are connecting for me. The only one that's not is 4 in the Earth, but everything else is connecting or coming off a activated center for me right now. All right, I am not getting any questions. I feel like I've covered enough. If you're wanting to be part of the conversations, there's a community you can join. I'll pop the link somewhere. I look forward to connecting with you soon. I hope you are riding the transits and navigating life really well. And if you need support, reach out. Love to connect with you. I will talk to you soon.